I should start by telling you that we were to be joined this evening by the Foreign Secretary, the Right Honourable Boris Johnson. Unfortunately, he's unable to be with us. He has, however, sent a message which he has asked that I read and which says as follows. Today is a very special day for the UK and Gibraltar shared relationship. This is a fantastic celebration, not only of our long and vibrant shared history, but also our current thriving partnership. I regret that I cannot be part of this event today, but I want to emphasize my and the whole of the government's resolute support for Gibraltar and its people. We will continue to stand beside Gibraltar. We will never enter into arrangements under which the people of Gibraltar would pass under the sovereignty of another state against their wishes. Furthermore, the UK will not enter into a process of sovereignty negotiations with which Gibraltar is not content. And we will continue to work together to deepen our economic ties and shared prosperity. Thank you very much, Boris Johnson. Can I, on behalf of the people of Gibraltar, not just extend our thanks to Boris, but also to the whole of the government of the United Kingdom for that kind and thoughtful message. We're joined tonight by two other members of Her Majesty's government. Minister Robin Walker from the Department for Exiting the European Union, who has kindly agreed to deliver an address tonight. Robin, you will recall, was the minister who spoke so eloquently and favourably about Gibraltar at the recent Westminster Hall debate organised by Jack Lopreski, the chair of the Gibraltar Group, who unfortunately cannot be with us this evening because he's stuck in Parliament. If I may say so with respect to Robin, he has shown deep understanding about the issues that affect Gibraltar. He's also shown great sensitivity in the way in which he has dealt with the matters we have communicated to him to date. I'm looking forward to the work he and I will do together in coming weeks and months as we craft how best to calibrate the Gibraltar aspects of Brexit going forward. Minister Mike Penning, the Minister for the Armed Forces, also joins us to continue his long-standing relationship with Gibraltar. He and I have enjoyed more than one drink on the rock around our National Day celebrations in the past. I shall look forward to seeing both Robin and Mike in Gibraltar again soon. Tomorrow, Robin and I will jointly host meetings with Gibraltar's unions and commercial representative bodies. This is part of the process of full engagement and full involvement in the structuring of the United Kingdom's negotiations to exit the European Union. Gibraltar is leaving the European Union with Britain, and we are entirely satisfied that Gibraltar is being involved in the process of Brexit. We've ensured in our heat mapping analysis, which we provided to Downing Street, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, the Department for Exiting the European Union, and the Department for International Trade, that they have the necessary intelligence on our current interface with the EU. That heat mapping has disclosed to us in objective, statistical terms, how much more important Britain and access to it is to Gibraltar than any other market. We have perhaps long known that instinctively. We can now demonstrate it empirically. And so if pressed to choose between London, Britain, and the United Kingdom on the one hand, or Brussels, the European Union, and the single market on the other, we know what our choice will be. We will choose our relationship with Britain every time. We will also, of course, continue to seek access to the EU single market where possible. But we will choose Britain first, as we have for hundreds of years, as we have for generations, and as we will forever. And we will do so both with our hearts and with our heads, not least because our relationship with the City of London is long-standing and enduring, but also based on our joint history, our current business relationships, and the future business opportunities that we can craft together. For us, the new opportunities will lie principally on the road that sees us at least maintain bilaterally the access that we enjoy today to the UK market in financial services. And I'm very pleased to be able to tell you that this morning, the Secretary of State for International Trade, the Right Honourable Dr. Liam Fox, has confirmed that the intention of the United Kingdom is that the current relationship in financial services between Gibraltar and the UK should continue after Brexit. That has been very welcome news indeed to those gathered this morning at the financial services event. I've received excellent and very positive feedback already about that clear statement of intention. And I know this is only the beginning of what we can do together in order to ensure that Gibraltar emerges stronger from this Brexit that it did not choose. And I'm confident that many of you here will help us to shape that future. Indeed, many of you who are joining us tonight will know that this event is a little different to the Gibraltar Day events that we've organized in the Guildhall in the past. There are only about 1,000 people less. So apart from now being able to hear each other, there are other good reasons for refreshing and rebooting the style of this event. The main reason was that we felt that the event we had traditionally organized was more about what Gibraltar had been than about what Gibraltar is or what we are gearing up to be. Gibraltar is, of course, all about our rich history. We've been an impenetrable military fortress for centuries. Our Neanderthal history has come to the fore this year as we've been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But we are also about so much more besides. Gibraltar is a modern place of business, of lightning-fast telecommunications, of tech industries, which are the envy of the world. Indeed, our online gaming industry is undoubtedly the most prestigious on the planet. Not bad for 30,000 people who 75 years ago were living in London under the Blitz, having been evacuated from their homes on the Rock and with little prospect of returning. From the prism of the 1940s, perhaps the best synthesis of our past, our present, and our future is in the modern use today of President Eisenhower's lair inside the Rock. That was the place from which the Allied invasion of North Africa was planned. Then it became the NATO Communications Center for the Mediterranean. Today, it is a last-generation, up-to-the-minute data center in the heart of the Rock of Gibraltar. Probably the safest place in the world to hold sensitive data. A fortress to the protection of digital information. Because today, Gibraltar is a place of modern financial services, a jurisdiction that is transparent, prudent, and responsible. A modern military asset, 1,000 miles from London, on the shores of the Mediterranean, at the shortest crossing point to Africa, and a part of the European continent. But with a London-style work ethic, and with a deep commitment to British principles of good governance and the rule of law. What a place from which to do business with the world. Gibraltar is a place of which the United Kingdom can be justly proud. In fact, we are such a success story that some would quite like to have us for themselves. Fear not, they stand no chance of that. Neither by trick nor treat will we give up our enduring relationship with Britain or the sovereignty of the British Crown. Because from the bridge of HMS Gibraltar, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that the future of Gibraltar is bright. The future is British, and Gibraltar is open for business. Thank you for joining us.